with the San Diego, Celebrity, Early Girl, Better Boy. Those are proven good varieties. Celebrity and Early Girl, those are determinate. So they don't go all over the place. They get to be about this size. A good size about this big. Okay, nice slicing. You've heard of a big beef and big one, right? Those need inland heat. If you live on the coast, the fruits will be only about this big. They never get to be the big size.
You mean the beef steak?
Beef steak, yeah.
Okay.
They'll be smaller because it doesn't get hot enough.
Well, as we live in Del Sur over there in Rancho Bernardo West, is it a good?
Rancho Bernardo is, yeah, it gets warm enough there. Okay. Good variety is this Carmelo. This is a French hybrid, and it's really disease resist, good size. It's not an heirloom, it's hybrid, and it's resist to several different diseases.
Is that determinate or indeterminate?
Carmelo is, I think this is a indeterminate. Yeah, indeterminate. And Celebrity is a determinate, and this is disease resist variety. Good size tomato, medium size. Stu Peach. This is a Czechoslovakian heirloom variety. It's indeterminate, and this is a major winter tomato variety, but you can grow them now. Nice, good size, good red.
What's the name?
This
Stu
is
Peach.
called Stu Peach. This is Brandywine Red. It's rather bigger red heirloom. Probably it's better for a little bit more inland people because it is a big variety. And this is Better Boy. Better Boy is determinate, I believe, and it's disease resist. It's not heirloom. This is a hybrid. Medium size red. So this is another Stu. Momotaro. Are you familiar with Momotaro? Momotaro is a good farmer's market variety. It's not orange red, it's a pink red, very sweet, makes great sauce and also great as a fresh eating because it's low acidic.
So that would be the canning one.
Well, you want a little bit of acidity for canning.
That's right.
So you want to add a little bit of citric acid when you can this. But it's so sweet. And if you can't handle a lot of acidity, this is a good variety. You know, there are some people who can't handle tomatoes, right? Good one. Productivity, not too great. That's what I heard from a lot of people.
Determinate?
This is indeterminate.
Okay.
San Marzano, that's a major sauce variety, right, from Italy, heirloom. And this is an Early Girl. It's again, this is Early Girl is a determinate too. No, this is indeterminate, disease resist. See the early, that means you can start planting a little bit earlier, and also it fruits early. Cherokee Purple. Now this is one of the darker tomato. Cherokee Purple is good size. And when they say purple, please don't expect the tomato to be purple. It's more like a brownish color. Okay. And then Black from Tula. This is one of my favorites. Plants are, I think it's semi-determinate. And fruits are flat and blackish on outside, but when you slice it, you see a splash of lavender pink and pale green, and it's so beautiful and very sweet. But I noticed that in the summertime when it gets really sunny and hot, you want to shade the fruit with the leaves. Otherwise, you get little white scorched spots.
How big a fruit are they? How big is the fruit on that one?
About this big. But you know, these are big ones, and then as the season progresses, they get smaller and smaller.
So that would be good for the coast, but the Cherokee purple's better for inland?
Probably, yeah.
Black from Tula?
This is a black from Tula, yes. And Sun Gold has been probably one of the most popular cherry tomato in the last 3 years. They are so sweet, and by general, cherry tomatoes are easy to grow. You know, you just go out with a bowl and fill it, and seems to have less problem with disease. And the fruits need to get only about this big, right? So it's easier for the plants and for us to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a cherry tomato.
Mhm.
I love this one. It grows on a stem and it goes do 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 like that.
Sweet million.
Sweet million.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember the name. I grew it and it was so prolific.
Yes. Sweet Baby Girl is one of the sweetest red cherry too. And then I got a good report from customer last year. Sweet Olive is a grape tomato, but very good tomato. Cherry size. Green Grape. This has a very fruity flavor rather than the strong tomato taste. It has more of a fruity scent. And it's greenish that tends to turn a little bit yellowish on the shoulder. That's when you pick them. And they get to be about this big. Very nice flavor. And this is a black. I thought I had black cherry too. Black cherry is really good. And here is black creme. Black creme is considered one of the best black tomato. About this big.
Creme?
So I'm going to put it right here. Now here, more colorful ones. Garden Peach, very good flavor. It says small 2-ounce fruit. The reason why it's called Garden Peach, because the skin has a little fuzz like peach. Very strange, but it's a good tomato. And this one I have, German Orange Strawberry. The fruits has a sort of like a strawberry shape like this, and it's orange. Skin's a little tough, so I think you need to just throw that in a little boiling water for 10 seconds to peel it. But good flavor. This was my favorite last year. This is a golden momotaro. It's it's a determinate, but it kept on fruity in my 15-gallon container. And see the color? Really nice, beautiful yellow. This color is the same all the way through, and incredibly sweet.
What's the name again?
Golden Momotaro Gold. So if you need to grow, let's see, this will fill the requirement for people who needs to grow them in 15-gallon container, low acid, sweet, and I canned the fruits in glass jar last year, and it was so pretty on the shelf.
What else did you use for canning? What other tomato did you use for canning?
I would do, you can try it, but all of them, but better to do with a determined tomato.
Okay.
Did you like that Momotaro Gold? It's just a raw tomato.
Yes,
Yes.
so sweet. And my husband doesn't like raw tomato. He will eat it cooked. But this golden Momotaro, he loved it as a fresh tomato. Besides all these, I'm going to have stripy, which is a striped tomato. And probably there will be about 20 more different varieties beyond this. this is at the beginning of the season, so I didn't bring them. And I myself not planting these for another month. So, but some people are, you know, if you want to do the milk jug and things, you can do it.
Seed starting is good.
Seed starting should have been started like last month, because to get from the seeds to get to this size, it takes about 2 months. So plus you get a seed pack, and how many seeds are in there? I mean, are you gonna grow a 40 tomato of the same kind? So, oh, there's a good news on a new variety of tomato called, I don't have them yet, Indigo Rose. Have you ever heard of Indigo Rose? They get to be about this big. The noteworthiness about that variety is, see, all these tomatoes has an incredible level of antioxidant of one kind on the stems and leaves, but we can't eat stems and leaves, right? Indigo Rose has been developed so the antioxidant is in the fruit. And it starts out kind of a purplish color, well, green, and that turns purple. And then when it's ripened, the bottom of the fruit has a splash of orange. Flavor is so-so. The developer, well, the researchers working on the variety to improve the flavor. But most noteworthy thing is the content of the antioxidant in the fruit. And that variety will be coming in later. It's a beautiful tomato. Any questions? Yes?
If you were planting in raised beds,
Mm-hmm.
how close can you put tomatoes?
Okay, we talked about overcrowding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One time I went to a customer's house and she had 3 by 3 raised bed. It's bigger than that. She had 4 plants in here. And I said, take 3 out and move 1 to the center. Yes.
For east, the beef steak and what else?
I'm sorry?
For east,
Uh-huh.
the beef steak tomato.
You can grow them.
Okay,
Oh,
what
thank you.
what the other varieties good for east?
Any of these.
Any of the
Yes. Yes.
Do you have the African blue basil here?
She just-
Oh, I didn't hear. Good.
So
Where
I
did you
have
get
more.
that from? Over there?
See, yeah, see the backside?
Yeah.
It's got purple, right? So when they get, I mean, right now these are bigger because it's small and there are so many, only 1, 2, 3, 4 growing tips, right? By the time they get this big, there are so many growing tips. So the plant has to supply the nutrients to each leaf, so they start to get smaller. But that's okay, you just harvest.
Is that something you would cut back to get them back to the bigger leaves if you cut it back? No.
It doesn't work that
Okay.
way. But it's okay. It's all right. Small leaves would work.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you think it's too early to plant that if you're on the coast?
You can plant them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them grow through the winter in rainbow. It gets cold there,
Yeah.
right? Any other? Yes.
And when would you expect harvesting?
Uh-huh.
And how late can you plant in order to kind of have a harvest? You know, the
Tomatoes?
last. Yes.
Okay.
Tomatoes.
Even the winter variety, plant them before the end of September. One time this customer came in late December, November, and he said, where's your winter tomato? I said, it's too late. And he goes, but they're winter tomato, aren't they? Well, they still need to be planted while the soil is warm. So end of September is the deadline for, I can't grow winter tomato in my garden. It gets too cold. So between April and end of September, you can just successfully plant tomatoes.
And if I plant in April, when will I be harvesting the first ones?
Probably in about 70 to 80 days.
So if I planted something now, I'm a little bit high.
Mhm.
Belmont Terrace, in a 15 gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be the best?
Okay, 15-gallon. Early girl will be good. Do you want red one? Or it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I will definitely try Momotaro Golden, which is really good. Yeah. Any of you are allergic to Solanum nightshade vegetables?
My daughter is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Your joints start to ache
Yeah.
from eating tomatoes, peppers,
Oh,
and potatoes. They're all nightshade family.
I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it aches. Unfortunately, I went to acupuncturist though. He said he can fix it.
Even if you wait until they're all ripe and you're not eating them. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I found it last year when my joints started to ache in my hand. It's a bummer.
It's
That's
not
it.
arthritis?
No, it's not.
Especially
It's
if
a
you like
nightshade.
tomatoes.
How would they determine the difference?
There is a
Blood test?
chemical in the nightshade family that causes pain.
Oh,
So, Italy and Ireland have a high rate of that problem. In Italy, people eat tomatoes. In Ireland, they eat potatoes. So they have a high incidence of the problem. It's a bummer.
and what's it called?
It's a night. I don't know exactly what the.
Oh, but it's
But you
allergy
react
to
to
nightshade.
nightshade. Yeah, green peppers. But I found out that I'm okay with potatoes and peppers. Tomato is the worst thing for me.
Did you know that goji is a nightshade too?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
What is?
Goji berry?
Oh,
Yeah.
the goji.
But you don't eat a lot of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomato you eat a lot.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
how I found out that I'm allergic to nightshade? I had canned green zebra, and my husband made this incredible dish using the canned the tomato. I think it was, I don't know how it was so good. But next day I was like this, and that's how I found out. So possibly green tomatoes are worse, even if they're ripened. Any other questions? Thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
and
thank you.
all these varieties are over there,
Oh,
Over where?
where the tomatoes are in the
Okay.
veggie section.
Okay.
Thank you.